I think Smitty needs to leave Barstool Sports. I don't think this is a good place for him anymore. And I don't think it's been a good place for him for a long time. It's the rundown brought to you Thursday, October 10th. It's brought to you by Pardon My Cheesesteaks, which I was going to say, we can't eat cheesesteaks right now, but go ahead. Eat as many as you want because Philly is fucking out of here. So eat up your favorite cheesesteak brands, the Pardon My Cheesesteaks. It is made with delicious. Let me tell you the most important part of cheesesteaks, and it's really not a hard thing to do. And I don't know why so many people can't figure it out, but Pardon My Cheesesteak has figured it out. You need thinly sliced beef. Like the meat needs to be thin and chopped up. You don't need like hunks of roast beef. It needs to be, or like one just like rectangle of meat sliced up. And then you have the melted provolone. Provolone is key. Now, I just like it. And then you also need a like soft roll. We call it a sub. They call it a hoagie. Either way, you need that soft roll. It's not that hard to do, but so many people fuck it up. Pardon My Cheesesteak does it perfect. They got the mouth-watering cheese, the caramelized onions, if you're into that. Some people like the onions and peppers. I just go straight meat and cheese. What do you do, Clem?
Whiz without.
Whiz without. I like the whiz is, sometimes it gets a little messy. I like sometimes if there's a melted cheese, but just a shit ton of it. Either way, Pardon My Cheesesteak is perfect for the game day meal or the late night eats. You throw it in the air fryer and eat it
Mm,
for leftovers because you
mm.
can put it in the microwave and the meat would still be cold, but the bread would be getting weird. Air fry it up. It all works perfectly. Actually, sometimes what I'll do is I'll take the meat out of my leftover cheesesteak, microwave the meat to get it hot enough and melty enough, and put the bread in the air fryer. Big brain shit. They have the classic cheesesteak, the chipotle cheesesteak, the chicken cheesesteak, and the buffalo chicken cheesesteak, which to me is like a whole other, could go on for 10 more minutes about that. Right now, you can go to pardonmycheesesteak.com and use promo code AWL for delivery. But like I said, most importantly here is that the fucking Philadelphia Phillies are out of here. Max, Roan, Gia, Smitty, out of here in what is one of the best series the Mets have ever gone through. People keep saying to me, it's the first time that the Mets and Phillies have ever met in the playoffs. Yeah, man, we're two historically shitty franchises. We've only been to the playoffs a couple times. They only started their playoffs run, in the last couple decades. So there hasn't been many opportunities to meet. It was a classic matchup. Uh, I'm watching all of the highlights and all of the supplemental ancillary content that's coming out of it. I stayed up till 2 a.m. last night just watching everything. I'm in love with the Lindor family. Him, Katya, Kalina, Amapola, the whole family. They're the first family of the Mets. I'm crying my eyes out while he's singing My Girl to them. I'm an emotional wreck. It's good to be a Mets fan. I'm so happy. I'm so proud of the team. I'm so proud of the alien Mets. We did this whole gushing thing last night on We Gotta Believe. If you really want to see the immediate reactions, you can go watch that. But I couldn't be riding higher than we are right now. I know there's a lot more work to be done, but beating a division rival feels like, we accomplished something this season. And as a franchise, you got to keep building. And this was a huge building block. What do you got, Clem?
Yeah, it was awesome. I would like to thank every single person in the New York Mets organization for finishing the series last night because I don't think I could have survived Friday, like literal death.
For so many reasons, by the way. We'll
Yes,
get into that at the end of the show.
I talked to you guys about it. Like I'm holding myself to Jabba rules at this point, where it's like on Tuesday, I was like, guys, I got to take the night off. I have bronchitis. It's been getting worse. I lost my voice during the Braves game on last Monday, and it's just been getting worse. And I'm like, I don't think I'll be able to like actually be there. I'll be like, and then I could die live on the stream, which I guess would do
Hey,
numbers.
that would be numbies. I
Yeah.
mean, Clem is literally has mirrored the Mets bullpen, where we were like, we need a big start out of the other guys. Frank went to the game and Clem was sick, and it was like, all right, Pavs, we're calling you up. Everybody get to the front row. We need Clem to be able to rest up so he's ready for potential elimination games. And that is just what we did.
Yeah, and they handled their business. And again, I held myself to these job roles. I'm like, all right, listen, you big fat
You
idiot.
did. You didn't get up once.
You're old. And I was like, all right, no more jumping up, no more screaming, no more this, no more that. It's like holding yourself to 30 pitches and no more than 2 innings. And then by the end of the game, when Lindor hits a grand slam and after we can't score runs, and then Diaz has the tying man on, at the plate, and it's Kyle Schwarber. When it happens, the bullets are flying. I'm jumping, I'm screaming, I'm shaking that ass, right? So
You were ready.
that's kind of what I had to do. So
Right.
here I am back on fucking Thursday, feeling like shit, feeling worse than I did the day before. But it's all great. Like you said, Kev, you stay up to 2 a.m. You're watching the Howie calls, you're watching all the replays, you're watching us aliens dance in the cantina. You have the guys singing OMG in the clubs. They finally get to celebrate first clinching game at Citi Field, which was incredible. And it's like when you have
Cohen in the goggles.
Yes, Cohen in the goggles. When you have these runs, I've had it a couple times as a Giants fan. You have to just treasure every moment, and we don't know where it's going to go. We'll see what happens. And it's everything you want. And I had a ball in the cave. You guys are you undergo a change. These players are undergoing a change together, and everyone, whether it's us idiots on the stream or the people around the country, you just become like you're in the fucking bunker with these people, man. They're your band of brothers, and Frank the Tank has become Frank Fleming. It's fucking stories writing itself, and we have the assassin over there, Meek Phil, starting Bat Wars.
Meek, listen, there's two things going on. There's miracles and dramatics and theatrics on the field. I mean, Francisco Lindor is doing what we all did as a kid when you're in the backyard with a wiffle ball bat in your hand. In your head, you're like, it's all right. It's the ninth inning. It's late in the game. You're down, bases loaded. What do? You hit a grand slam. Francisco Lindor did that in real fucking life. And as much as I love the winker, pimp, and bat flips, him just like hitting that ball, jogging around the bases, smiling for OMG, like, yeah, this is just another day at the office. That's happening on the field. But then off the field, there's just as much dramatics and theatrics. You had Meek Phil with a Mendoza-like call, switching up the seats last night, calling to the pen. We put Jenks up front. I don't know exactly what your thing was. And then the goodbye wave to Max, Winker style. You put on a hell of a performance yourself, Meek.
I mean, we had to make the call. What was it? Game 1, I think it was, where Jenks had to sub in for Rico to change up the vibes.
Mm-hmm.
And Clem offered to say, like, hey, I'll go to the back. Let's bring Jenks in there. So Jenks is the unofficial closer of the Mets.
Yes, he's the closer. You got to bring him up. You got to bring him in the pen.
And both times the run started like immediately as soon as Jenks got in the room.
Yeah.
So it's pure magic. And I was watching Max leave the room. I had to hit him with the bye-bye because he wasn't there.
That was such a good wave. Like your whole arm was into it, dude. It was
he stormed out of there. I mean, Ron and Smitty were there just soaking it in, and Max just stormed out of there. He was still fuming from that 8th inning foul ball that was clearly foul, but
I mean, that was the foulest ball I've ever seen. Yeah. I don't even know why we're talking about that. That was
the ump was literally wearing glasses, so he has corrective vision. He's super.
There was no chalk. There was no. I mean, there's nothing. Nothing to
I don't know what Max is mad about.
But listen, Max is this fucking like. I call him a Dothraki. He's like a maniac, right? He looks like beard, hair. He goes absolutely fucking crazy. Never seen somebody put their foot in their mouth so bad as he did with that Schwarber home run in the very first inning. All day, all night, all week. Like never got a hit again after that.
Bang! That's what I said! Schwarber right out of the gate! Not first pitch, second pitch, bang! All week we're getting this! This ain't no fucking Brewers! You don't got Cheerio leading off! Your best player was Willie Adames! This is real baseball!
Cheerio's pretty good.
That was the third pitch, man.
Cheerio's really good.
Third pitch, Max.
They got one guy!
Yep.
Cheerios this is 1 through 9. Let's fucking go!
Listen, I know we are in the business of making content and, making something for people to watch. I thought the Sage gimmick was downright pathetic. I thought it was a bad joke that went on too long.
Yeah.
Banish all negativity.
Banish all negativity! Banish all negativity! Banish all negativity! Banish all negativity! Come on, work that shit!
The fight over the bat in the cave, I wanted to kill all of you. All I want to do is sit down and watch classic baseball, and I got you meatheads fighting over a bat, a fake fake.
It was a lucky bat. And
It
I
wasn't
know
good
we're all
luck bat.
superstitious, but
They
once
had hits in
bodies
it.
start flying, I got legitimately scared
Yeah.
for Frank. And then Roan and the gang saying
banish all negativity.
banish all negativity, rebirth. They said it like 500 times, and Lindor just fucking took his dick and jammed it down your throat with a fucking grand slam. So I loved how it all played out. It doesn't matter who the opponent is because those streams are about the Mets aliens. I've said that all over the place. People are tuning in for the Mets and they're tuning into the streams for us because we are just the whack pack. If you watch WWF, we're the oddities, we're the weirdos, and there's something for everyone. We got big, small, veterans, rookies, weirdos, quiet, superstitious, loud, all of it. It's the whole gang.
And
The
we're
Yankees stream was
also
making fun of us. The Yankees stream was like, "Oh, you see, they celebrate for every ball and strike." It's like,
yeah, I was like, that's
yeah.
what we fucking do.
I
That's
wasn't
what we
born.
do.
I haven't had fucking playoffs every year of my fucking life like they have.
Yes.
I fucking when my team makes it, it's a big deal. I'm sorry if it offends you, but and we're gonna be there every fucking night, bringing it. And if God forbid that fucking World Series does happen, we're gonna bring it. Like it's nothing against you guys. It wasn't against the Phillies. We were doing this with the Brewers. We were doing it with the Vibs and the Braves, and we're gonna be doing it every fucking game that the Mets are in. And we're gonna call it as not as we see it, but as we want it. Where it's like,
Yeah.
3 inches of the play, we're like, "Oh, fucking up, you motherfucker!" And I do have to give Max credit though, because Max is like, as crazy as he's also kind of rational. Where he's like, guys, that was outside. And we're like,
I know.
You know, I said it to Max, and I didn't want it to seem like it was like just because we had won, but I was like, man, like I appreciate you in these streams because like
We're the opponent.
He doesn't
We're the opponent.
hide, and he like if the Phillies had actually given him something to root for, he would have been in our asses all series. But other than the one, this is the other thing. Whenever Max is on these streams, he loses. He was in Chicago for their one win for us, so it's like Max is kind of like was a godsend for us because he's kind of become the face of like getting your heart broken. Kev, you were the first one with me.
Well, that's what's amazing is that I've never been on the other side of it. Like when Smitty walked in and did that obnoxious shit and hit my hat, and then the next pitch was an Alonso home run. It was like, oh, this is what it's like when like other guys face me. It's like, oh, you're just gonna lose. Like you're just not gonna win because it just doesn't happen for you. And listen, man, Nick Castellanos can suck a fat fucking dick with all that talk afterwards. You know, were they the better team? No, they're not. They just won this series. Like the Mets won this series, the playoff series. They won the series in October against you, 3 out of 4. They were a better team in September. They were a better team in October. They were a better team in July. They were a better team in June. So by my count, that is almost all the head-to-head matchups that really matter, along with about 75% of the season. So 65-40 since June 1st. So you're not the better team. You are the worst team. You had a better team on paper. You have bigger names. You don't have a better baseball team, and that has played out on the field for a long time. So don't you dare try to diminish this. This is not you. By the way, this whole underdog thing, no one is saying that except for fucking you guys. You know, the Cinderella term is getting thrown out there because they are a team that people did not expect to win, and they now are winning. But we have never called ourselves an underdog. We have said that we thought we were going to fucking suck. And now all of a sudden we're good. But the underdog thing is coming from them, not us.
Yep.
The Phillies also don't have a song anymore. Dancing on My Own is canceled. It's OMG.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
We got the remix dropping tomorrow with Pitbull. That's going to be absolutely electric. And I implore you, I know we're all just white guys mumbling Spanish, but if you look at the words to OMG and you translate it, it's throw all the bad away and bring me prosperity. And it might be crazy, but I'm not lazy. And like, we're going to do this. It is the fucking Mets mantra. I don't know if he did that on purpose or what, but it's like, get rid of the old, get rid of the bad, and bring in the new success. And that's this fucking song. So whoever's next, bring them on. The Dodgers, the Padres.
Official company line on that. Don't care. Give me whoever. I'm not asking for anything. You get what you get. You don't get upset. It's an honor to be in the NLCS. And any team we face, whether it's the Padres, who are basically like the West Coast us, they have a ton of juju. They have legitimate monsters everywhere. And then you have the $1 billion Dodgers, right?
Right.
Whatever.
I also just have to point out, like, Steve Cohen being like, we wanted to slay the Mets negative perception. Like, we're all but there, man. Obviously, you gotta let me pose you this question. Uh I would probably put the Red Sox breaking a curse against the Yankees, coming back 0-4, down 0-3, and winning the World Series as probably like the greatest run, at least in modern time. Greatest like 2 week, whatever period. So winning the NLDS is just the stakes aren't high enough. But in terms of the theatrics, the games themselves, the matchup, and everything else, the home runs, I think this is one of the most, it's probably about like what, 10 days, maybe a little less than 2 weeks.
It's 10 days.
10 days. It is
Starting with the Braves.
one of
to
the
now.
best and most dramatic 10-day stretches in Major League Baseball history. You got, I mean, the fact that Lindor's grand slam is being debated, which home run is bigger? And is it his other home run, or is it Pete's home run, or is it this grand slam? That's fucking crazy. This is way up there on the list. Obviously, if it was a championship series or the World Series, it would be even bigger. But I think aside from the Red Sox, this is it for me, man. This is great.
I mean, last Monday, bomb of the eighth inning, Big T and the guys were chopping in the Chicago cave, chopping on the Mets' grave, saying we weren't going to be anywhere.
Mhm.
Braves lost. Braves got into the playoffs. Lost
Goodbye.
a quiet 2 games. Get out of here. You can go chop somewhere else.
Yep. I mean, that Lindor home run, the Pete home run is like literally had never happened before those circumstances. So I think you still might have to give the edge to Pete, but a grand slam to beat Philly, your divisional rival, in an elimination game. I don't know. Is it the Atlanta home run which started all this, Clem, or is it the one that finishes Philly?
It's like picking my favorite child, Kevin. I love
Yeah,
them all the
it's
same.
choice.
I
Yeah.
like some more than others, but I
Yeah.
love them all the same. And
Yep.
that's it. It's like they're all just perfect in my eyes. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd have to lean Atlanta home runs because it was the 9th inning with 1 out.
That
Like,
is a big
whereas
difference too.
if Lindor to sack fly makes that, it's like it's still a 6th inning. We could get another rally going.
Yeah.
The 9th inning, that was it. That was do or die.
And yeah, I was also thinking Lindor was going to get a sack fly, a base hit. He was in a good spot there. It wasn't like, back against the ropes. I suppose we could talk about the Yankees. I don't know.
They're boring.
Mike Stanton bailed them out. They were on the ropes there a little bit. If not for Mike Stanton, you'd be down to the Royals. I mean, here's the deal. The Yankees have the easiest path to the World Series, maybe of all time. They're playing the sports gods said, here, you get to play in the AL Central for the next couple weeks. And if you are the best team out of, the worst division in baseball, you get to go to the World Series. Is it fair? No. Is that how it works? Yes. If they can't do it now, I don't think they'll ever do it. It is a collision course for doomsday and an apocalypse series that I don't even want to get ahead of myself, but it would be an absolute nightmare. But yeah, I guess you got to talk about the Yankees too. They are just very boring though.
I don't like the Yankees. That's a known fact. Or I don't know. The Yankees fans growing up were very rude to us Mets fans, as you can agree. The one thing I will say is the one thing that unites us is as we're screaming about how shitty our broadcast is on FS1, the Yankees fans are complaining about TBS, and we hated every moment on ESPN. National broadcasts are fucking the worst. I don't know how you can't just be like every fucking local broadcast, everyone's happy with theirs. And I know you have to figure out ways to use your people. If you're these companies, you spend millions of dollars to get the rights. But dude, it's terrible. You're not showing the bullpens. The Cubs was telling me when they took call-out the other day, it's like, we didn't even know who was coming in from. They went to commercial. Like, I don't understand. It's like fundamental broadcasting 101. I don't know if the people who knew what they're doing are all old and retired, or they have people who never covered baseball in their lives going on baseball. But it's terrible. Like, and listen, I loved seeing Yankees fans squirm, but I'd be losing my mind if George Brett was on half the screen as the Mets
the whole screen. The whole screen for like a half an inning. It's one thing when the broadcasters are bad because it's like they don't know the names, they don't know the story. It's impossible. They don't watch them 162 games. But like the camera work, the angle on the fair or foul ball in Yankee Stadium where they were like the foul pole was in the way, and they're not showing the pen like you said.
Bob Costas is terrible too. Like he's like a homer, but he's also just weird. And it's like, and I hate to say,
I love Bob Costas, but he is doing a bad job.
He's bad. And
I feel bad for the people who like the younger generation who only know him from this because in baseball. But if this is your only experience with him, you'd be like, this is the worst. This is the worst ever.
At some point, you just have to move on from these guys. And like Al Michaels too, I'm sorry, he's fucking terrible too. He's just bad at this point.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, it's because they're bad games. He has good games now, and he still just doesn't give a fuck. Malik Neighbors was like dead on the field, and he's like, third down for the Giants here, trying to yo, our best player is fucking knocked out, you moron. So it's like Bob Costas, like just because they're brand names, man. And like I don't need to hear AJ Pierzynski or Adam Wainwright. There are such thing as good players that can give good takes. I have to say, like, as much as I hated them, like A-Rod and Jeets and I love Poppy, them in the studio's good, but on the broadcast, give me broadcasters, give me Joe Bucks, and give me people that actually can find a Greg Olson for baseball, because these guys just are not doing it right now.
Yeah,
Ron Darling sounds very sick of Bob Costas. Like last night, Bob Costas was like, line drive, center field, base hit. I think it was smothered by Volpe. And Ron's like, it's clearly an out.
Yeah. Well, Ron's going from the best in the business to the scrubs. So, I mean, the AL, we'll see what happens there.
Listen, Mets fans, Kev, you're like me. We're Yankees haters as well. You're a Mets fan until usually August. Then they're dead, and they're like, all right, I guess I'm a Yankees hater the rest of the year. I usually root for the Red Sox or whoever. We know these stories. The Royals, the Guardians, the A's back in the day. Those teams do not beat the Yankees. It's the Angels, the Red Sox, maybe like a White Sox or Tigers can sneak in there. So I really don't have very high hopes right now.
Yeah, it feels like there's a bunch of twins still left,
Yes, a lot of twins.
Always the AL Central minus, the Tigers perhaps, but the rest is it's probably going to end up being a cakewalk for them. So I'm not even worried about that yet though, because we are, people are being like, you haven't done shit yet. It's like, let us worry about that. You know what I mean? We're having a fucking absolute blast as Mets fans. So I think most people hated watching Mets fans be happy. I think that's turning. And I think there's a lot of people happy to watch us aliens and to see the dramatics and see like awesome guys like Lindor do it. So we'll see where, both Yankees and Mets perception kind of goes.
Kevin, Dave is happy that you're.
Yeah, right. That's what
how
I mean.
You know. It's
that he just lost, like 200 grand and it's me and he's still doing it. So we just lost Meek for a second. He said he's coming back. I'll do a little ad read for the second half of the rundown. Anyway, it is brought to you by
Proper Wild.
Proper Wild, the deliciously juicy energy shots and energy gummies that deliver the perfect boost whenever you need to wake up and stay fun. I'm going to need these for the rest of the postseason. If the Mets make a deep run, now we're talking 7 games. So no matter what, you're doing multiple days.
Late nights, Kev. Late nights. We're
not doing these 4:00 starts no more, which were great for your boy. But we're going to need the deliciously great energy gummies and shots. No weird ingredients. It's just good, clean caffeine. Just the good stuff, baby. The best-selling flavors are peach, mango, strawberry, kiwi, and blackberry. And it gives you 4 to 6 hours of energy, which is the perfect amount of time to watch the Mets win a ball game and then go through all the awesome shit on the internet. 5 times more caffeine than a shot of espresso. And you can get 30% off right now when you use code WILD at properwild.com. Did you see the Phillies girl I posted last night? You saw her saying,
yeah, she said that the Phillies losing was worse than her dog dying.
Yeah, we'll put the clip in here. It was
So there's a couple low points in my life. My dog passing away and them getting a grand slam. The grand slam took the cake. I feel like I might either check into AA therapy or an institute of some sort, because this is crap. It's full of crap. And I want everyone gone. I want the bartenders gone. I want Xfinity gone. I want my best friend gone. I want them all gone. This is bull crap.
I've had 2 terrible moments in my life: the dog dying and Lindor's home run. Lindor passed the dog. She was like, I want to get rid of this team. I want to get rid of Xfinity. I want to get rid of all my friends. I'm over it. I think Phillies fans are fed up, man. I think you were in the World Series. Then you were backed up to the CS. Now you backed up to the DS. I will tell you this much: if they don't get one done at some point with this core, the Diamondbacks year will haunt them forever. forever. That was a team they were absolutely better than, and they blew it. But I think, I think they're fed up, man. That lineup on paper is something special. But I did see somebody tweet today. A Philly fan said, "Give me a young Dominican with some swag and a big chain and elbow pads that the color doesn't match his uniform. Give me one of those." And I was like, "Yo, we got those in spades over here, and it's fucking awesome." But as fearsome as that Schwarber, Turner, Harper, Castellanos lineup is, that the back of the end of that lineup did nothing, and I think Philly fans are ready to turn on this team.
Yeah, so we've kind of seen it with the Sixers, right? Where it's like when the Knicks beat the Sixers last year, which by the way, Kev, I will be getting a part of my cheesesteak tonight because when you're playing Philly teams in the playoffs, you hear about cheesesteaks all the time and you're like, I want that so bad, but I can't have it. And then when my team beats them, I go, well, now I can have a cheesesteak.
Yes.
To the victor go the spoils. So I'll be eating my cheesesteak tonight, but the knives are going to come out now because they have, like, with Embiid, they're like, I'm done with the Sixers. They don't make it past the second round every single year. And now, like, it was all Schwarbo and Harper and fucking Castellanos. And if you come up this short in Philly and then you keep coming up shorter every year, that's when they're going to really start, like the patience has run out. And that's when the Trey Turner boos are going to be coming back. And Foam is going to be like, I mean, they were getting booed in game 2 before that comeback. And I think there was someone who kind of mouths like, I can't believe these fucking guys, and that's just the way it is down there.
A tiger can't change its stripes. They had this little thing with Bohm and Turner where they like supported a guy who was playing shitty, and everyone was like, "Oh wow, look at Philly." It's like, no. That's Cinderella. The clock struck midnight. You're back to being shitty ass pumpkin with just hating your own existence. So welcome back, Philly. That's where you fucking
now it's just Eagle season now, and I don't know which way it's gonna go because it's been tough for them. I know they're coming off a bye, get AJ Brown back, but if the Eagles are the most like. That whole team is on the hot seat. Sirianni is just like, fuck, I have to coach my dick. And you lose to Cleveland on Sunday, and that bum Deshaun Watson, there's going to be some trouble there.
Meanwhile, the Jets are like saving all the Mets are saving all the Jets fans right now. Because we'd be in hell right now if it's baseball season. We ain't worried about that. We got to talk about the Barstool drama. If you watched the Unnamed show earlier today, what unfolded on there was one of the absolute craziest things I've ever seen at Barstool. I mean that sincerely. I am very prone to exaggeration. I'm always talking about best and worst and of all time and ever seen, but that was fucking bonkers. I will say this. Smitty, I was one of the people he went off on too. Didn't really care for that. Didn't like the way he was talking to me and treating me. Hated the way he hit my cap when he walked in. He did text me early this morning and apologize for that. But I think he was more worried about going on the Unnamed show than anything, and that's where that apology came from. I'll say this. I think Smitty needs to leave Barstool Sports. I don't think this is a good place for him anymore. And I don't think it's been a good place for him for a long time. And it clearly causes more stress and pain and anxiety for him and his family. And that is not okay. Like, I'm not saying that's the breaks, man, but it's just like, this is a situation that creates certain circumstances for you and your family where the juice is not worth the squeeze, man. And I think some of Smitty was, it was all heartfelt and emotional, but some of it is just not, it's symptoms of a much deeper problem, because at the end of the day, what we're talking about is a dude who missed a stream for a birthday party. And that's all it needed to be. And that's all it could have been. And that's when all of a sudden it turned into my family and my family's tragic past. And, I think that was a bad idea for someone who's very emotional and very, seems to be in a bad spot to bring all that into this world where it was just really more about getting razzed by your boss for being late or missing a stream or whatever. I don't think that was a great move. And, I mean, that was crazy. Did you watch, Clem? That was crazy.
Yeah, I caught some of it, but I didn't get to watch the whole thing. It's just like you said, it's a tough watch. And I think life just changes. I mean, obviously, we fall in this Smitty boat where we're getting older. We have families, with kids, and you have all these different oblos, as they say. And there's things that pull you a million different ways. And there's different ways that you can just like divvy up your time, or if there's certain things you just can't get to. But it's also to the point where it's like you have to start thinking about your future. And I mean, even when you're just like, fuck, like I have this, and you just know you're in a jam. So I really do sympathize or empathize with Smitty. I don't even know what the right word is. But at the same point, it's like you said, Kev, like, is the juice worth the squeeze? And I mean, that's up to Smitty. But I mean, he talks about, a lot of it's the morbidity and stuff. And it's like, you don't want to fucking stress yourself out to fucking an early grave because of this kind of shit too. It's like terrifying stuff.
That was kind of my point. And it's I'm gonna back up Dave a little bit on this one, and the guys on Unnamed, where it's like when you come out saying like that was despicable that you're talking about my family, and if you don't know the story, it was his wife's father was one of the pilots in 9/11. Like it was never about that until you brought that up. So now it's like a talking point, and now it needs to be discussed because that's the world we live in, for better or worse. And I'll be honest, when he started talking and he said, I want to begin by saying that was like, it was despicable and deplorable. And I thought he was going to take responsibility for his own actions and be like, it was despicable the way I was acting yesterday, because he was screaming at Gaz. He was screaming at me. And I was like, pretty stunned by his behavior. And no, it just went down that other route, which is certainly very sad.
So Kevin, I've had a lot of talks. I think a lot of people here have had a lot of talks with him over the last year, and especially over the last few months. And it just seems like it's just been a culmination of, 15 years of stress, working for Dave, working here, everything being public. And then having 2 young kids, and just,
Yeah.
I just think everything blew up his brain, and he's clearly, I mean, Unnamed was so uncomfortable, but not in like the content, like,
Yeah.
can't wait to see what happens next cringe way. Almost just like, we need to end this show and get this guy some help sort of way.
It's just not worth it.
To work here.
To work here at this point, it's like it's this place ain't changing. The internet ain't changing, and it's right or wrong or fair or not fair, however you want to call it. It's just a job, and it ain't worth it if it brings you, and it seems like it brings you and your family like a ton of pain. It's not even like stress. Everyone here is like stressed. It seems like this is pain. And I actually think Dave has been pretty sympathetic towards it all and pretty accommodating in a lot of ways. And Smitty does not see it that way. And when you are that on opposite ends of the spectrum, where Dave's like, I'm letting you work from home, and I haven't bothered you, and I'm letting you like skip things, and it's okay. But a couple texts or tweets or mentions, a lot of mentions on certain shows,
so he brought up
he views that as intolerable and untenable, and that is your right. But then you have to make that decision for yourself and your family to go, and that's not an easy one. But there are other jobs, there is other money, there's other ways to make a living that don't involve torturing yourself like this. Clearly,
yeah. He brought up on Unnamed. He's like, read this text from August 9th, and it was just like very cryptic, like maybe something's wrong, maybe something's not wrong. And I mean, we know Dave, he's not going to ask you what's wrong. He's not going to say, is everything okay? How may I help? That never once has he done that, unless you go to him and go, I need help. And he's way more than helpful. Like,
well, that's the thing is if God forbid there was something wrong, it sounds like somebody was sick, a child, a spouse, a family member. If you said that, I think Dave, first of all, Dave's already letting him do his whatever he needs to do.
Yeah.
I don't know what else
he
your
took
boss
that
can do. Like,
he took that non-reply in August as like a slap in the face. And I tried to tell Smitty that yesterday. I was like, Dave doesn't wish ill will on your children. Like, he doesn't. No. He sees a text, and then if it doesn't like affect him or whatever, it's just like, all right, Smitty's gonna do what he has to do. Like,
also when people, if you leave it cryptic, like you said, if I'm ever in those situations, I take it as like you're not speaking about details. You know, you said I have a family issue. I have to, whatever he phrased it, like it's like, okay, like whatever
And
you
that's
need,
where it
man.
comes back to Smitty's just brain melting. Is he took that as a direct like shot at him and his family where it just was not ever intended to be that way. And he just needs to take time. Like I'm sure they're working on something right now because yeah, you just hate to see someone you've known for a decade plus like be like that. It
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And listen, it's, Dave the Dave versus Smitty dynamic has been here forever. And it's kind of like Dave plays the hits sometimes when it's, him and Bosco, they kind of bring the crosshairs. And I said it the other day, like, I'm sure Smitty was watching that game on game 2 on Sunday. Happy the Phillies won, but when it broke the way it broke, he goes, I'm going to hear it. And he really didn't hear it as bad as I thought it was going to be. But it's really like, I'm sure it's just a culmination of all the shit over the years. But then all Dave's point of view of him missing the stream is the culmination of all his shit over the years with Smitty.
Right.
And here we are. And then we have moments like the unnamed
Truly
show.
a powder keg.
Which,
And dude,
on the other side of the coin,
saying powder
right
keg
next to me
such a
on
funny
this
phrase that we use.
Franz Ferdinand. Everyone that's Franz Ferdinand is essentially the powder keg, right? That's what we all learned in grade school. They all called it the powder keg. On the other side of the coin, we're joined on this podcast right now with the 1-1 if Dave was to do a draft of current Barstool employees, Meek Hill, who couldn't be further from where Smitty is.
I know you're riding the magic carpet ride right now.
I just had an issue in this room on my MacBook dying. We have plugs that aren't plugged in apparently, so I thought I was charged this whole
Welcome
time.
to Barstool, Meek. Where the fuck do you have internet?
You don't get internet, man. No, this has been a big the big winners of the week are like, Lindor, and right behind him 1A is Meek.
I kept saying like Pete Alonso's home run last week. It's the greatest butterfly effect of all time, and
it's changed your life. It's changed your life.
Changed many lives.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah. I mean, it's weird time. It's perfectly Barstool. I think it's, for better or worse, and maybe in this case a little too serious and too real, but it's the craziest, realest reality show out there. That the story was the games, the teams themselves, and then it became a Barstool story and the streams. And I'll just say this to end it: I am so happy there was not a game 5, because that stream would have been so uncomfortable. And I don't know what would have happened, but
yeah,
I think it's good that this is over. And I really do believe it's probably better for Smitty to move on to greener pastures. But if he wants to stay here, I hope that before he does anything else, he's like, make sure he's in a good headspace for him and his family, because it's life is too short and you got too much other shit to worry about. You got to go take your kids here and do that with them and take care of them. You can't be doing all that if you're freaking out at work and fighting Dave and all that. So, you can make money elsewhere, but if it's still going to be here, you got to make some changes. So, good luck to Smitty. I guess we'll end on
us. We're the Mets. Good luck to the Mets.
Yes, good luck to us. I do want to end on
hooray for me. Hooray for school.
Completely separated. Shout out to Lieutenant Dan, survived the hurricane on his boat.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. There was a video of him today. He goes, my boat got clean. Because my boat's in better shape. He was like, I slept through the night. I woke up 2 times to pee. But I slept from midnight to 5 a.m. I smoked half a joint and I am feeling good now. And he said it actually restored his faith in humanity, because there was a bunch of people who showed up at that dock and moved his boat to a safer place and helped him rig it up so it was safe. And so now he was like, I thought that the world forgot about me, but the world, remembered me. So shout out to Lieutenant Dan. Shout out to, listen.
That's life. That's life imitating art, because the Lieutenant Dan in Forrest Gump, he lives through the storm, and his life, he becomes a fucking bazillionaire from it.
There you go. Maybe
Life.
Lieutenant Dan is going to ride the wave. There's a lot of magic, pixie dust going on. And in the words of OMG, Phil, todo lo malo lecha pala. What is it?
Todo lo chala payupaya. I don't speak Spanish.
Todo lo malo
it.
echelo pala. Get rid of the bad. Get the bad out of here. Get the good in here. And let's go Mets.
Gotta believe.
Go Mets. Gotta believe.
Make sure you go get your Mets merch. We've got the OMG shirt, which is like the montage of all of our viral moments. We got a new Grimace comic book shirt. Both of those are available in crew necks and hoodies and sweatshirts. We've also got the Grimace pumpkin. We've got the Grimace purple seat, LFGM. We got a lot of great Mets merch for the playoff push here, so go get it.
No, Kevin, you forgot the other part of the after show.
Oh, happy birthday, Nate. Happy birthday to
Happy
you.
birthday, Nate.
Happy birthday
Happy
to
birthday
you.
to
Happy
you.
birthday to
Happy-
Nate, dog.
Happy birthday to the dog. Hey,
Thank you, guys.
you had one of the greatest Smitty moments of all time. What was the name?
Wait, what?
Donovan
the name
McNate.
of the maid?
Donovan McNate.
No.
Donovan.
But what was the maid's name?
Oh, Vegas?
Yeah, what was the name of the maid?
Glenda.
Just do the fucking jacuzzi and that's it.
We're literally not putting this video out. Like you can start it over and do it all yourself, but like
All right, maybe that's what's gonna happen.
I'm not doing this with you.
What about Glenda?
I'm not doing like you've ruined every part of this video by not trying like to understand.
You got to do it for Glenda at this point.
I'm not doing this video. So we're not gonna like you can just delete this whole thing because this isn't going up.
None of that's going on the website. You ruined that entire thing. None of that's going on the website.
Okay.
Like, if you want to do the Cribs video from the beginning, like, go ahead and do it. But the fact that you just have to be a fucking dickhead the entire time and you can't, like, do anything out of your element or anything different, you're just, like, a fucking asshole the entire time. Like, it's, like, impossible to work with you when you do that. Like, it's, like, incredible. Like, I can't even, like, take Fireball out. You go, why didn't you use a sponsor? Like, shut the fuck up. Like...
Nate, calm down.
You're just so fucking stupid.
Nate, I apologize.
You don't though. Like it's just.
Nate, I think things are gonna be all right. We're gonna work well together as a team.
Glenda. Nate,
Glenda.
Nate, Glenda, and Smitty. Yeah, listen, I would say that you are 30% culpable for everything that's happened to Smitty right now.
Get out.
No?
No, Gaz. Gaz is the other 70, so whatever.
Yeah, that's fine. Gaz is a huge part of it. Dave's a huge part of it, but the dog is a huge chunk of the pie. I mean, come on. It's Nate and Smitty and Nate. It was Tom and Jerry. It was an eternal rivalry that started, that you started filling the powder keg like the Star. You started filling the powder keg about 10 years ago, and at the bottom of that powder keg is all Nate gunpowder. It's
A
all
lot of lines were crossed. Don't you dare bring that star painting into this. Don't you dare.